thousand tons a day.
1,000 tons of sardines. Okay.
Sure, you're talking about 80 boats, in each boat 100 ton. Some they catch them, some they don't catch them, but there's plenty.
80 boats, you say?
About 80.
80 boats?
80.
80.
Yeah.
Each boat was about 100 tons.
Some boats, some boats
They could,
But they haven't, with the deck load and all that, they could.
so they could charge. So they could fish 100 tons and put them load them, right? That's what you're saying.
Average, some more, some less.
Okay.
They
Okay.
probably averaged 100 ton.
Okay.
So it was a heyday for fishing the sardine.
Oh yeah. There were boats catching a night, 120 ton, 150 ton, 200 ton. One boat, 200 ton.
The year that Tom started fishing, 1940 was the biggest season ever. So 700,000 tons of sardine came in that season.
1940 biggest season ever.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you arrived in 1940, there were 80 boats. How many people were fishing and how many people were in the cannery?
You
Do you remember that?
figure each boat is 12 men.
Okay. Okay. And the cannery, it was an important
Canada,
business.
they got their own crew. Some the Filipinos, some the Mexicans, some Italian. Everybody worked, everybody.
But it was still a small town.
Yeah, about 30,000, maybe. Not now, who knows how many we
Still
have.
about 35.
Okay. Okay.
Still about the same.
Okay. Okay.
Now,
It's still a small town.
Okay.
No, he means the whole Monterey Peninsula was only 30,000.
Yeah. Oh, I see, yeah.
See, Monterey's
Monterey's
30,000, but he means the whole.
Yeah,
the
whole
whole
peninsula.
peninsula, it was only about 30,000 people
Yeah.
back then. for-
Yeah,
In the area or in
Yeah.
Monterey?
No, the whole peninsula.
the whole area.
The whole area.
The whole peninsula.
Yeah.
Okay.
Traffic.
Yeah.
There
How
was no
was,
dirt
I heard
roads.
that it
Johnny.
was very smelly.
Dirt roads.
The smell of the cannery.
Yeah.
Was
the smell was money. If you don't like the smell, you don't like money.
It was money. People were coming for money, for making a good business.
A crew for 12 people. Some our little houses, some they didn't have a house yet. They worked easy. They built a house $3,000-4,000, maybe 3-4. That's all they cost a house at the time. 2,000, 2,500, 3,000.
It was expensive at the time, $3,000. It was a beautiful house.
Naturally, 3,000. You make maybe a couple thousand a year, but you gotta feed the family, feed yourself, feed the for clothes, for rent. And they go. Just the bare minimum.
Okay. So you could feed. I'm sorry. You could feed your family, have a home,
Pay your home, pay your house, build yourself a house. Comparing to other people working in the peninsula, you had a good living compared to others.
Better than the labor, yeah, better. Yeah.
Okay. Were there some prestige around the work of a fisherman? People would respect you. They would say, "Oh, he's a fisherman."
Oh yeah,
He's got a
you
good
go to the
job."
bank and the bank will give you whatever you want. I mean, not you have to sign, you have to do, you have to see the property if it's worth it. And I want to buy this house. I want to put $1,000 down, and the property is $3,000. They give you a loan for $2,000, and maybe 2-3% interest.
Okay. At some point, you had your own boat,
No more now.
But you used to.
But I had about 3 or 4, 5 boats. But, you know, we changed from big to small to small.
3 to 4 boats, right? Okay.
The
Okay.
fish are less, the boat small.
Okay.
But he started with a big boat, person, and then he went to smaller boats.
Yeah.
Fishery, he changed it.
For a big boat, for a big percent, and a small percent.
How much did that big percent cost?
At the time,
Yeah.
brand new,
Yeah.
$33,000.
Wow. And then the net was another,
The net is different. The net is different.
yeah.
So you had 3 or 4. Do you remember if it was 3 or 4 per seiners? How many did you have?
I think he had the 1% and another smaller boat.
Okay, one person.
Sell one by another.
Yeah.
And 1%. Okay, boats and one percenter. I get it. It was the wolves of the sea, correct? I saw that the percenter were called the wolves of the sea. The
Or the
redeemer.
wolves of the sea.
I don't know. I read that somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's,
Okay.
it's in the Bible.
Don't you say that people like the smell of money,
The smell.
of the money?
Actually, without the smell, you got no job.
That's a good one.
As simple as that, no?
Yeah, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
The skunk really backed down.
The smell came from the induction business, not the.
Yeah.
It created a lot of jobs. The store, we had the J.C. Penney.
Yeah, a lot of jobs.
So many stores there. But you don't go.
People would come from all around the world to work in the fisheries, canneries.
Well, most of it was Sicilians, and for sardines. If you talk about other fish, they were Norwegian, Norway people too, but not in sardines. Sardine was about Sicilian, exactly.
I heard that at the time, Monterey was the sardine
Capital of
capital.
the world. Yeah.
This was a place where most of the sardine was being fished. Okay.
There was fish up down the coast, but the cannery, they were in Monterey. And we had to deliver them here. No matter if you catch in San Francisco, you're gonna come and deliver here. No matter if you catch a point sewer, you have to come and deliver here. That's the way it is.
Why so much sardines? What happens? Why specifically in these areas?
Because they like the temperature, they like what happened. They love to stay. They came and by, not that they stay. They came and by, they lay the eggs and go away, run the big ocean and come back. And August they come in, September, October, November.
From August to November, it was the best season.
Yeah. And the season was August to September, February. The end of February, it came fish sardine,
Okay.
or the fishing game.
Okay.
So you came here and you stayed all your life because you had a good business. You never wanted to leave.
No, I did all right. I made money. I got boats. We went to Alaska for 52 years. I made money in Alaska. We buy property. So,
Okay, I get it.
Tim said that in 1940, when you arrived, that was the biggest season ever.
yeah. Well, before, 38, 39 was a big season too. I wasn't here yet. But from the 40, 41, 42, and then they disappeared. Easy. And we went fishing down south, San Pedro, Los Angeles, and they disappeared over there too.
Oh, did you know Frank Manaka? Did you know Frank Manaka? Frank Monaco.
Oh yeah, Frankie Monaco.
Yeah.
Monaco.
Monaco.
That's a Japanese people. Yeah, they're a big boat.
Yeah, he
Sunrise. Sunrise.
And he went and caught fish too.
Oh, yeah, they were good fishermen.
Yeah, he was a good fisherman.
What was the name of that boat, Camp?
We had
What?
several boats. So the first one was the Highland number 3, and then the Western Maid and the Western Explorer.
Can you give me some details about this year, 2014? You were working on the boat. Can you give me a couple of information about what time you would get up, what time you would come back, what was the atmosphere?
Mostly we fish at nighttime.
Okay.
Maybe we go out from the harbor about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, 5 o'clock sometimes. All depends on the weather too. Or the moon, we work with the moon. When it's dark is better because we didn't have any electronic then. You gotta do everything by eye and manpower. So now they got electronic and everything else. It's different.
Okay, okay. And you say that there were 80 boats, fishermen. How the canneries? Which were the big cannery companies?
Well, we had the San Carlos. It was one of the biggest.
San Carlos.
San Carlos.
Okay.
Overton, with the aquarium is. It should be another big cannery, and so on and so on.
Okay.
And every cannery had 7, 8 boats.
Okay.
So at the height, there were 19 canneries operating.
At the height in 1940.
Yeah.
You would say 1940.
Yeah, by 1940, there were 19 canneries operating along the Cannery Road.
In 1944, we had to deliver the fish to Mosolandi.
To where?
Mosolandi
Right across the bay.
Okay.
in the bay.
Okay.
There was a cannery there too.
Okay.
So they dispatch, you go there, you go there, and we have to be in Mosolandi.
Who would be where would the cans go? Who would buy the cans? The cans would be exported all around the world? Who would buy that?
Oh, they send them all over. They send them all over. Especially during the war, most of the sardines go to the army, government.
Especially during World War II.
Oh yeah.
It was okay.
Oh, yeah, we fish all over.
So the armies, not only the U.S. Army, but every army would be good clients.
I don't know which. Well, there's all kinds of army. There's airplane, submarine. It's all government stuff.
For you, when you started, you liked the job at the beginning, or it took some time for you to get comfortable?
Like it or not. Either that or go back. Like it or not. No matter how hard is the work, you have to do it.
Okay.
And it was hard.
He was a fisherman since he was 11 years old. Not just started fishing in 1940.
Yeah.
And every year, Sicilian people come over because the brother calls it the brother, the son calls it, and accumulate all the time people.
But it was a hard work.
Oh, yeah. Everything by hand. No more now.
Okay. There were in the city not only fishermen, there were probably a lot of other people.
Oh, yeah. There were people working in a bank, people working in a store, and a grocery, garbage people. There's all kinds of activity.
People living around the economy of the sardine. These were all this ecosystem.
Yeah.
Okay.
The sardine was only 5 months, but the rest they had work all year round. A lot of people. like us, we didn't have no more job. Because you can't fish, so we stay put.
Sardine, it was like the gold, it was like oil.
Sardines meant Monterey. Sardine meant the canyon. Sardine meant the big boats, small boats, all kinds of boats, all kinds of work. But when the sardine disappeared, the bank didn't want to give you any more money because you can't pay back.
When did you hear first that the sardine was going down? Do you remember the first time that...
After 1944, there was a lot of sardines. Later than that, going down. But there was sardine down south, and we fished down south, the sardine too.
When did the sardine start to go down? Do you remember which year?
About 45.
Okay. About 45, okay. And that year was not a good year, do you remember?
Well, after 45?
Yes.
Yeah, that was a good year. But you had to fish Morro Bay, Avila, Santa Barbara, Santa Cruz Island. That's where they were.
So you would fish in all these areas?
Yeah, we travel, sure.
Okay. So you would fish in Santa Cruz, Santa Barbara.
Santa Barbara.
Where else?
All the way down to San Pedro.
San Pedro. I don't know where San Pedro.
Los Angeles Harbor.
South,
Los Angeles.
Okay.
where,
Okay.
where the Queen Mary is.
Okay. Every year they were going in this area. I mean, this area.
Well, not every year, but towards the end they were.
Okay.
Yeah.
So at the beginning they would stay in the area of Monterey. That would
Yeah,
be enough.
pretty close.
Okay. But at some point they had to go further.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you remember the first time that someone older than you, one of your bosses, because you were still young, told you, "Oh, there is less sardine. Something is going wrong." Do you remember this moment where there was this
No,
understanding?
they never thought about that sardine disappeared. They never thought.
Okay.
But then the younger generation, they saw the
Yeah.
sardines less and less. And some, they went work carpenter, opened a restaurant, plumber. They did different job because there wasn't nothing to work to do those boats, fishing.
Okay, okay. So the economy had to change. Okay, but because I understand that already in the 30s, some scientists said, "Oh, this resource is going down." You had never heard that there were some people who were cautious that the resources would stop. You had never heard that that could be a threat, a possibility?
We never thought about that. They would disappear completely. Because when we fished Monterey in 1945, we went down south, and there wasn't plenty too. But then, actually, in 2 or 3 years, they fish them out there too. And we go up to the border, the Mexico.
Okay, okay. And so for 2-3 years, you went to San Pedro, Santa Cruz, Santa Barbara.
All the coast, California coast.
Okay, but that was until when? Until 1948?
48, yeah. Because I bought the little boat in 49, yeah. 48, a little bit, not much. But in the 50s, then it was really bad.
Okay. How bad was it?
Nothing. A lot of people that sold the boats, a lot of people that lost, they lost the boat because they couldn't pay the bank, and so on and so on.
Okay. So 1945, it starts being a year where you see the change.
Yeah.
You have to go further in a bigger area to find the fish. 1948, not a good year.
48 it was good in the south.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the 50 and on, then
48, you had a pretty good landing, and
Yeah.
they started to drop right after that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And so the first bad year, when? 1949
50.
or 1950?
1950.
Okay. In the 50s.
50, 51, 52, there was nothing.
When you say nothing,
Nothing. Well, we fish for different kind of species.
okay.
We fish for calamari, we fish for anchovy, mackerel, whatever the swim. Whatever they swim, we catch. You know what I did? When everything disappeared, I got a skiff and I went for perch in Pebble Beach,
Oh, yeah.
all the coast between the kelps. I make $200 every time I used to go.
That's great.
That was
Yeah.
nice, yeah.
That's fantastic.
That was good money then.
Yeah.
Good money now.
Yeah.
Well, what are you gonna do? I never stopped fishing. My friends, they stop and they go in different trade. Carpenter, plumbing, restaurants. They did all that sort of thing, but not me. I keep fishing until I die.
You still fish today?
No, I quit, Monterey, I quit, but when I was 8 years old.
Wow.
Alaska too.
Okay. But you, in 1950, first bad year, you fish calamari, anchovy,
Yeah.
you said mackerel,
Yeah,
but
whatever.
no sardine.
No,
Like nothing or just a few?
maybe one or two mix with them, but the sardine they stay with them separate from the other fish.
Okay. But very,
Sometimes they get mixed with the anchovy.
what was your reaction when you saw that there were no sardine anymore? You said, "What's going?" Did you understand what was happening?
I didn't understand because I didn't worry at all. I had other job, fish other fish. So I don't care, but I care for the sardines, but it doesn't bother me. It bothers other people, but not me.
Okay, but did someone at some point explain you why there was no sardine anymore? You understood
But
after?
I'm not a science, what do you say?
Scientist.
A science, huh?
Uh-huh.
I'm not a
Scientist.
They figure maybe in a couple of years they'd come back again or something.
well,
They pay too much.
Yeah, yeah.
Sure, sure.
I'm not a
You got
science
one
with
bad season and you
they
got two
look
good
for
seasons, so
the,
they're thinking, a couple of years they'll come back.
Sure.
I'm not, you know.
Okay. So, and the fishermen around you, because there were many fishermen, there were hundreds of fishermen. Everyone was also same like you, like they would not understand why the resource was suddenly disappearing.
Why it rain? The same thing. Why God make rain? God, he disappeared the fish because they think it was overfish. Over. Because the boats are bigger and catch more. The same thing with the squid now. We caught squid here at the breakwater. Many times at the breakwater, on the wharf. Now it disappeared. Why? Because all the boats from north came here, 100 ton, 150, blah, 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 and they disappeared. That's true. When you overfish, when you do something over, it don't last.
No.
It isn't over, it's over.
Yeah.
It don't last.
Over is over.
Yeah.
It don't last.
Yeah. Okay. But at the time, You didn't know. You didn't
No,
know.
no,
No
no.
one told you if you fish
No,
too
no.
much, it's gonna be over.
Well, maybe the fishing game knew it, maybe, I don't know. Because the fishing game knows how many tons every year they come in, and then they're less, and then less, and then less.
The Fish and Game were giving warnings as early as 1929.
I know, that's what I heard. Yeah, I heard that from the. Yeah, we'll talk about that later. But I saw. Yeah, sure. But this fisherman, at least Mr. Dimaggio, didn't hear about that because
Right.
he was too young, because he had just arrived
Right.
and there was no understanding.
I think that's correct. Yeah.
Okay, and the reaction of the fisherman was like there was kind of a concern that they would lose their job, that they would lose money. What was the mindset when they realized that the bonanza was not here?
Mostly work with the bank, and when you don't pay the bank, that means you don't make any money. It disappears, the fish less and less, and you don't catch enough to pay the bills. I think you get in trouble. And some of the boats, they had to sell them fast enough to recover some.
So they.
And some didn't do that. They let it go, and they lost somebody else took the boat. People
Okay.
they got money, they bought it. Down in some beaches they bought it, a bunch. But they were fish for other. They were fish for tuna. They were fish. They make it up one way or the other.
And you saw the population of fishermen going down year after year,
Yeah.
less and less people going to the sea, less and less boats.
Yeah, the boats are the same. It still hopes that something show up, but they didn't do.
Okay.
Like my father-in-law, he sold the boat, and lucky because in 1978 he sold it, and that was the right time to sell.
No, not 78,
Ah,
not 78.
not what?
58?
Before?
78? I was out of high school, the boat was long gone before I went.
1940, 47, 48.
48.
Uh-huh.
40.
Not 40, yeah, 40.
In 1940, yeah.
So-
1947 he sold.
Yeah.
He
Not
sold the
70,
boat,
not
and he
70.
did all right. And we went to buy a small one. We went to buy a boat about 40 ton in a hatch. And the name was a Nina Rose. We did a little bit with that boat. Enough to survive.
But
But then nothing at all.
so you witnessed the population of fishermen going down. That was not such a good time at the time. I guess people were a bit depressed. People were not happy. People were poor. Do you
Well,
remember some stories at the time?
We had the people from other town. They come and fish sardine. We had people from Pittsburgh, California. A lot of them, they come here. We had people, even from San Diego, they come here. But when the fish disappear, they don't come no more.
Okay, sure. And so the fishing industry completely stopped because there were still some squids, some calamari, some
Oh,
anchovy.
they was there. I don't, like I did everything because I stayed on a fish. I fish for joy, I fish for calamari, I fish for whatever swim. I fish for halibut too.
Halibut. Halibut, which is a flatfish.
How do you write that? A-L-A?
H-A-L-I-B-U-T. He's a teacher.
Thank you very much. Sorry, I don't know that there. Okay. So you kept fishing.
Shark, everything.
Okay.
Anything that they call it on net.
Okay. Anything that was caught in the net. But no sardine anymore. That was the
No,
end.
that was fish all the time. But the fishing game me closer because we caught the sea lion, we caught the birds, and the population, they don't want it, so they close it. You can't fish when they know.
Okay.
We had to go around the place. I would charge them around the place. But some people that didn't do it, they went to work on shore. They didn't want to be bothered.
Okay, okay. And you kept fishing, but in the 50s, how was Monterey comparing to the 40s? It was still a very lively town, or it was much?
Yeah, it was kind of a little sad about it, a little quiet. But they still live. We still had all the big store. We had all the big store. We had to eat. We had to buy clothes. So we're still operation.
Yeah, but what about the canneries?
The cannery closed completely. Some of the on a fire. The burn.
Yes. I heard about that. Okay. Thank you. Are you okay?
Huh?
You're okay?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Okay.
He goes to play cards.
Yeah.
He's not
Thank you
playing.
very much for your for your explanations. It's very interesting.
No problem.
Just one last question.
Yeah.
Had you known that it would happen that way,
No,
would you have done differently?
you can know that.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
It's hard to know that.
Yeah.
We wait for the other fisher to come in.
Yeah.
We went for Joey. We fished for Joey, but then they don't want no more because there was no sale for Joey. It's another fish that.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
calamari, we had a good season of calamari. Every day, 10 tons, 20 tons, 15 tons, every day. Until they disappear, that too. But there wasn't, I'm talking about the small boats.
Right.
Lambada, small net.
Yes.
But then they give you a permit, and everybody buys a permit from the fishing game or whatever, and they go all the way up to Alaska. June, Anchorage, you come boats from there because they're up in what they call big boats, big nets.